Nope. In the current state of Call of Duty, there is very little that brings me more joy than watching a melee user fail. Watching this guy flail. Seeing them fall off maps, swing and miss, and flail around with a Ripper unsuccessfully is extremely gratifying, so I figured I would share these fails with you. Hey, what's up, it's Nerve. This clip was not from my teaming up with War Tank. This was from, I don't know, about a week or so ago. But it worked along with the original opening clip, so I figured I'd share it anyway. War Tank and I had teamed up for the daily challenge, and we had some really successful things happen, or some cool things happen, except for the racist douchebag, which pops up in a moment, but that's not here yet. So, ended up throwing a Simtex over a wall and killing a guy on the A flag right here in a moment. Which I've tried this shot before a couple times, and I've never been able to get the angle lined up perfectly, but bam! Got it that time, so that's cool. And also ended up getting multiple motherships, not in the same match, but in back-to-back matches. Here's the racist asshole. Like, I don't get it. Well, what's the point? I mean, were they abused as children? Were they, like, are they so mad at whatever race or group of people that they just have to get on Call of Duty and complain about it? Now, this guy was obviously irritated with black people for whatever reason. And then there was a video that I did a while back about 9/11, and this guy was pretending to be a terrorist, I guess, and was talking shit about the 9/11 victims and whatnot. I don't get it. I mean, personally, I don't get it. I mean, there's people that piss me off, clearly. And if somebody pisses me off, I'll make them aware of it typically, but I mean, just to get into a video game and start ranting, trolling about races and you know, groups of people that have different beliefs and whatever system, it doesn't make any sense to me. And so here's the first mothership that I got. The second one, before I forget, I was actually going flawless. I think that the score pops up at some point. I was like 33-0 or something. No nuke. It wasn't all gun kills, but the mothership. It's funny to me. In one of the more recent videos I uploaded, I had a mothership gameplay, and the accuracy and the hit detection was so on point that it almost looked like aimbot. It was like I was snapping from one target to the other. But I don't know if it's because I'm trying to aim while it's moving and it's really hard to do that, or if it's just the hit detection and the weird nature of the mothership. But it just seems like sometimes the bullets don't connect even though you're right over, and then sometimes, like right here, it seems just fine. It just seems really hit or miss. So I don't know, but I got motherships and back-to-back gameplays. I mean, it was a successful day of playing. War Tank and I didn't have a single loss, and it was just, I don't know, everything seemed to work out pretty well. You know, and honestly, it's nice to have days like that. And actually, this clip right here, if you see, I tried adding the Varix sight to the VMP again. I've been messing with the Varix again. They did nerf it a while back, and I'm sure most of you know that the Varix sight, if you attach it to high recoil weapons, it will make the recoil extremely minimal. And for a while, it was really overpowered, but they nerfed it a little bit. But even still, I mean, there you could see. And I think there's more gameplay of me using it on this video, I'm not sure. But you can see how much recoil it reduces, which, I mean, you know, it does have its downfalls. You can't see as much using the Varix sight, even when you zoom out, or zoom in, however you want to refer to it. So you still have the viewing issues with using it, but once you get used to it, I mean, it's just a freaking beast optic to use, especially on something like the VMP, which, you know, the recoil isn't too bad on that one anyway, but it makes it even less using the Varix. So try it out, it's fun. But yeah, so again, it was a successful day of playing, which was nice, because while I typically will do okay, just in the games in general, some days are worse than others, especially when they have the sweaty ass win challenges. again, I'm sure I probably said all this before, but I don't feel that a win challenge should be a part of a daily contract, because win challenge, I mean, I just feel like the contracts themselves should be based on personal stats and personal goals, like get a certain number of kills, you know, get kills with score streaks, that kind of stuff. Because when you factor in the win challenges, then people are running as parties a lot more than usual. People are playing to win more than just playing for quote-unquote fun or whatever, which for me they kind of coincide. I don't really have that much fun if I'm losing a lot, but so yeah, anyway, depending on the day, depending on the challenge, some days can be a lot more frustrating. So when days like this happen, it's great. Enjoy it. It's a lot more fun. Another thing to mention really quick, there's a Asian version of Call of Duty called Call of Duty Online, and I'm sure probably most of you are aware of it. It's really not, it's not for the US, and you're not supposed to be able to play it if you live here or in any I guess Western countries. However, there are ways to play it. You have a high ping, which if you have too high of a ping, I think it kicks you from their servers, but basically it's kind of a process to be able to play it. You have to go to the Call of Duty Online website, and it's all in Japanese or Chinese, and you have to download the game. You have to set up a resident ID code for their country, and basically you have to jump through a lot of hoops just to get the game to even work. And beyond that, none of it's in English really, so you either have to figure out a way to translate it, or be fortunate enough to be able to speak Chinese, which I'm not. I was able to use Google Translate for some of the stuff, but I guess for me right now the bigger issue is that I got to the part where the part of the install process where you go to launch the game, and it actually it's like patches the recent version, but it stops at 83% on the patch, and a message window pops up that says, it's like some random weird ass message. Actually, I have it right here. It says game harm of the client being transported, which I'm sure is kind of loosely translated. I'm not really sure what they mean by that, but it doesn't sound like a positive message. Game harm of the client being transported. So I don't know. I'm stuck at 83% install of the first update, or the patch for the most recent update. So I've not been able to play it. I mean, it sounds really awesome. It's a combination of all the best Call of Duties pretty much, and all the weapons. You can access all of it, and you know, hopefully someday they would do something like that for the US. But I think right now they're still making too much money with their current setup, the way that the games work. And they are starting to introduce remasters, which is kind of what COD Online is. It's kind of like a remaster of Modern Warfare's 1, 2, 3, and Black Ops 1, pretty much. And you have pretty much all those weapons to choose from and whatnot. It's all boots on ground gameplay and whatnot. So if I'm able to somehow get it to work, which at this point I'm not really holding my breath, I will most definitely upload some gameplay of that and share it with you guys. And I'm really excited about trying it, and I want to at least just give it a shot. I know it's going to be kind of a pain in the ass to play it, because everything again is in Chinese, so I'm not going to be able to really know what the hell I'm doing at first. It'll be a lot of trial and error, but it should be fun and worth it. So hopefully I can get that working and share it. But anyway, that's all for this video. I hope you guys enjoyed yourselves. If you did, please don't forget to like and subscribe, and I'll catch you later. Peace.